Hey, what's going on YouTube? Um, Here I come with another video. But before I start this video, I just want to ask you guys a couple questions. Um, have you ever woke up one day and I know you woke up and been in a bad mood before, but not in a bad mood, but woke up and um, analyzed everything. Like a bird would fly past you and you would just analyze it. Or you might go in the store or you drive in park and about to go in the store and actually you sit in your car for like 5 to 10 minutes because you analyzing about, man, the line probably too long, man, there's too many people in there, dang, man, I should have put on some better pants. You know, just analyzing everything. That's lately how I've been. Lately, it's just been like, you can feel yourself in that mood, and everybody tell you, you know, you gotta be positive, you gotta feel good, you gotta. The way you make life good, you just gotta feel good. But have you ever felt like, and there's nothing going wrong right now in my life, but it's really hard to make myself just feel good, get in the mood, feel happy, you know? Like for instance, I love doing videos. I do a video about anything because I love to do videos, but lately it's even been hard for me to even put myself in the mood to do a video. Because it's like I'm steady analyzing stuff. And then, you know, you watch the news and you hear how crazy the world is. And you watch the stuff on the president and people saying bad stuff about the president. And just everywhere you turn. And then you try to go to just listen to the radio, and then you got you listen to your rap song, and then you can't really feel good with that because, you know, I'm driving around in a Hyundai, and the rapper that's on the thing, he's talking about, I just woke up in my brand new Bugatti.
I woke up in the new Bugatti.
Yeah, I woke up in my new Bugatti, and I was like, damn, man. So you got to turn the channel on that because it's like, I'm not living like that. So that's not going to make me feel good. That's actually going to make me feel more depressed. You know? So it's like, and I know it's weird because I haven't, just the last couple of days I've been feeling like just analyzing everything. See? And I used to didn't analyze rap songs like that. The beat was good. The song was good. I'm just like, yeah. But now, whatever they say, I'm really tripping. Yeah, I got 60 million in the bank. I'm doing it like, bah. And I'm like, damn, I only got $6 in the bank. Man, turn the goddamn channel. Fuck. So, yeah, man, that's how lately how it's been. And then, like, I was watching my man that I'm about to show you this video, and I just seen something else crazy, and I just analyzed it more, and I'm like, hey, guys, check this out. Tell me what you think about this.
Boy, you better save the game.
What?
Because, look.
I just said save it.
Check it out.
My name is Destry, and welcome back to What the Fuck 5. Children are just the worst. And I'm allowed to say that because I was once a shitty child myself. One time I took a shit in a bathtub and I tried to waffle stomp it down the drain. One time I lit my bathroom on fire and my mom had to put it out and she got 3rd-degree burns. I coaxed a kid at a birthday party to drink a whole bottle of dish soap and he had to go to the hospital. Yeah, it was seriously the worst. That said, as shitty as a child as I was, it probably could have been a lot worse. Like these kids who actually murdered people and not accidentally. So from killing people to appease Slender Man to a 10-year-old kid abducting kids from a mall just to kill them. For today's What the Fuck 5, we count down 5 reasons to never fucking reproduce. Or 5 children who murdered people. And also, before we get into those, I just want to say that there is going to be some graphic details in this, so if that kind of stuff bothers you, you've been warned. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Here we go, y'all.
So number 1, Mary Bell. So the details of Mary Bell's killings are creepy enough to think that a career serial killer committed them, when in reality they were committed when Mary was only 11 years old. It began in May of 1968 when she strangled her 4-year-old neighbor Martin Brown in an abandoned house. And it's never really been revealed why she did it, only that she was alone when she did it and she might have, coaxed him into the house just to kill him. Unfortunately, her killings didn't end there and they only got worse. The second of her murders took place in June of 1968, just 1 month after her first. This time she killed another boy, 3-year-old Brian Howe, in a wasteland where they lived in Scotswood, England. However, what's extra creepy about this one is apparently she returned to the body later, where she cut an M into his chest with a razor blade, cut off pieces of his hair with scissors, and mutilated his penis, cutting it off. And you're probably wondering why a girl that's only 11 years old is committing these horrible murders. Well, apparently Mary was the daughter of a prostitute who was only 17 when Mary was born. From a young age, her mother tried to kill her multiple times, pushing her from a window and forcing her to take a bunch of pills, hoping that she would overdose. In addition, she would force Mary to perform sex acts on some of her clients since she was 4 years old. That's so fucked.
Man, see, now, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about, where when you wake up and you look at the world, and if you look at her and you look at some of the people, you just can't think that people can actually do these type of things, man. And it's really weird.
Someone send me an invite to the
And lately, like I said, the mood I've been in, I've just been analyzing everything. Oh, let me get back into the video, man. Shit, man. This shit is crazy.
I mean, not that I really sympathize with her killing people, but still, it does make a lot more sense when you know how fucked up her home life had to have been. Despite her childhood, Mary was convicted of the 2 murders in December of 1968, where she served a 12-year sentence and has been free ever since. Surprisingly, she never returned to crime, and she's actually led a pretty ordinary life since the killings, recently becoming a grandma and apparently being one of the sweetest ladies ever. Number 2, Jesse Pomeroy. So there aren't many pictures of this one, mainly because the killings of Jesse Pomeroy happened in the 1800s when Jesse was only 11 years old, when apparently he had captured 4 young boys from the ages of 3 to 10 and tortured them by beating them and cutting them up with knives. Luckily, but not really, Jesse was caught in 1871 where he was sent to reform school, where he was supposed to stay until he was 21 but left after 1 year of good behavior. Like, what the fuck? That'd be like if your parents grounded you for 2 weeks and then they came in an hour later and were like, okay, you've been good for this last hour, you're free to go. Unfortunately, this was just the beginning for him, as when he was 14, he kidnapped and killed a little girl named Katie Curran, where police found her cut up body in the basement of Pomeroy's mother's business. In addition, police had also found another body of a 4-year-old boy who was cut up in such a horrific way that he almost had his head cut off when they found him. And the most creepy part? When police suspected Pomeroy and asked if he killed the boy, his only response was a cold and apathetic, "I suppose I did." What I don't get about this guy is, like, this all happened in the 1800s when they didn't really have, like, forensic science and, like, no DNA evidence, no fingerprints, so you could pretty much get away with anything. So my question is, why did he basically confess instead of just being like, did you kill this boy? Nah, dude. Okay, that's good enough for me. Have a good one. Thanks, I will. I'm gonna go kill some more kids. Just doesn't make sense. But luckily, and for real this time, Jesse was tried and convicted of first-degree murder, where he was sentenced to death at age 14. So he was on death row for a long time, and apparently he was supposed to die by hanging. But the governor of Massachusetts, where this all took place, couldn't sign off on his death warrant. So he ended up getting his sentence reduced to life in prison and solitary confinement. Number 3, Robert Thompson and John Venables. So the reason that there are 2 on this one is that they were both found guilty of the murder of a 3-year-old boy that they abducted from a mall in 1993. Luckily, mall security cameras caught the 2 abducting the boy, James Bulger, and unknowingly showed us his last moments alive. So in some really creepy interviews that the police had with the 2, you can hear exactly what they did to kill him on some train tracks near the mall.
Then it was Robert idea to kill him.
So not only did they throw bricks at his face, but they also apparently piled stones on his head, sexually violated him with batteries, and then left his lifeless body on the train tracks where he was found cut in half. Also, according to the police and medical examiner, James had so many injuries that they couldn't determine which had actually caused his death. As far as a motive for a killing, when police asked the 2 why they did it, they basically shrugged and said that they didn't know. Totally. Hey, let's go to a mall and kill a kid. But Robert Thompson and John Venables were arrested and held for 8 years in a juvenile detention center, where eventually they were let go and granted lifetime anonymity. Anonymity? Was that the right word? I think it's, yes, anonymity. That was it. Good job. Lifetime anonymity. But yes, lifetime anonymity, so they couldn't be tracked down. Number 4, Morgan
Whoa.
Geyser and Anissa Weir, or the Slender Man
Wait,
killers.
but you know
So this
what?
one you might have
Honestly,
actually
I don't know why, but the girl here, I don't know if y'all looking at it. Now she looks, yeah, she looks kind of, she just got that look. I wouldn't trust that face. But man, wow. Yeah, I wouldn't trust this face right here, though.
Mom.
She looked like she'd do something.
from a couple years ago when two 12-year-old girls, Morgan Geyser and Anissa Weir, were in the news for attempting to kill their classmate Peyton Lautner. The thing that made this case extra weird, though, was the fact that the two admitted to the attempted killing, claiming that it was for the approval of the fictional character Slender Man from the game Slender. Apparently their belief was so strong in the character that they thought that if they killed someone for him, they could live with him in a fictional land called Slender Mansion. So on May 31st, 2014, in a small town of Wisconsin, the two went out and lured Lautner into the woods, stabbing her over 19 times with a kitchen knife, supposedly saying, "I'm sorry," over and over as they attempted to kill one of their best friends. Also, when the two returned to their houses, their moms actually claimed that they were just acting normal and giddy, with absolutely no signs that they just attempted to kill someone. Luckily, however, they didn't. A cyclist found Peyton's body on the side of a road where he called 911, where paramedics rushed her to a hospital as she was seconds away from death. Thankfully, doctors were able to revive her, but claimed that one stab wound was actually inches away from her heart. And also, if you didn't know, if you get stabbed in your heart, you actually die. Yeah, you know, I'm real smart, so that's how I do that. The two were
Inches
arrested
away
and
from
are
her
still
heart.
awaiting trial as they don't know if they
you
should
got
be
stabbed
tried
in the
as
heart, she
adults
would've
or
died
children. The
immediately.
difference essentially being
I've
prison for
been
just
stabbed
over a
inches away
decade
from
or
my heart.
prison for 65 years apiece for attempted murder. Finally, number 5, the Bever brothers or
dang.
the Bever family massacre. So this one is without a
That's
doubt the
crazy.
most recent edition of the list, happening in 2015 in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. On July 22nd, 2015, police received a call from 12-year-old Daniel Bever, who stated that his brothers were attacking his
none of y'all would
family
be here
with a
right now.
knife. Screaming could be heard in the background of the call while the call was in progress, and then the line went dead. By the time police arrived, it was too late, and they found 5 members of the Bever family stabbed to death in their home. The father, David Bever, was found with 28 stab wounds to his torso, face, neck, and hands. The mother, April Bever, was found dead from blunt force trauma to the head and at least 48 stab wounds. The person who called the police, Daniel Bever, was killed from 9 stab wounds. Christopher Bever, another brother who was only 7, was killed by 6 stab wounds. Victoria Bever, who was only 5, killed by 18 stab wounds. And finally, 13-year-old Crystal Bever, who luckily survived her attack of 5 stab wounds and a slit throat. When they finally resuscitated Crystal, she identified her brothers, 18-year-old Robert Bever and his 16-year-old brother Michael Bever, as her attackers. Luckily, finding them wasn't that hard for police, and they were arrested and charged with familicide or killing an entire family. When the police asked the two for the reason behind their attacks, there wasn't really a definitive answer other than that the father might have been verbally abusive to the two, but it was later found that the two brothers were actually obsessed with serial killers and aspired to become one, even having plans to kill 50 more people had they never been caught. Also found in the Bever brothers' room was video surveillance equipment that they claimed they wanted to use to film the entire thing with. Yo, what the fuck? And the weirdest thing about this whole thing is that the two had a YouTube channel where it was just completely normal with them doing skits and vlogs. Check it out.
I also found out that Minecraft is compatible with Windows 8. I heard. I don't know how reliable that is, but it turns out it's just my laptop is a Compaq I've had for about 4 years, and its graphics drivers are hopelessly outdated, so...
Like, it just seems totally normal. It's fucking weird. It just reminds me so much of, like, my first videos when I was in 2007, and I looked like this, and I had a fucking sheet in the background that looked like this. But it probably doesn't seem like I would murder my entire family, do I? Don't answer that. Anyways, the update with this story is that apparently the two are awaiting trial as they're having the same hiccup that the last story did, and that they don't know if they should be tried as adults or children, but they could either spend life in prison or just a few years as minors. So that leads me to my question of the day for you guys. Do you think these killers deserve life in prison? Or were they just dumb kids who were believing in a fantasy and thought that this wasn't real? Let me know in the comments down below. But that is it for this episode of What the Fuck 5. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a...
Okay. Now, like I was saying, when you see that type of stuff, wow, man. Wow. I really can't even say nothing on that. Especially that last two, man. God damn. Normal, they had YouTube channels.
Why'd you kill me?
Totally normal. They can do something like that. Knives, too. It's, like I said, they wasn't using guns. They was using knives, man. Just, wow. Wow, man. All right. Tell me what you think. Watch his channel. The original video will be there. I'm trying to come up, man. So if you could put a like on mine, subscribe to me. That'd be so cool for me, you know. Because I love doing this.
Wait, don't kill me.
Peace.
Stop.